We are in the middle of our Buddhist series, and for the first class we got into right view, and we looked at karma, and we looked at dukkha, and we looked at things that, events that had taken place that caused us a lot of suffering in our life. In fact, we even did a soul retrieval. And we did this in a group setting. So I am setting up this video to first off explain what a soul retrieval is. And then I listened to the soul retrieval and had my own little soul retrieval today on the bike path and had a pretty good experience. So I thought it would be good for those of you who are taking the course online to get the opportunity to do the meditation that we did in class. So I'm going to leave it at the end of this video and you will be able to listen to that. It's just, close your eyes, you won't need to see anything, and do the meditation for yourself. But before we do that, let me just set up what I told in class, what a soul retrieval is. So first off, I'll let you know that when I learned the whole aspect of soul retrieval, it was because I needed one. So I went back with a gentleman, Lou Kiefer, shout out to you for teaching me this, one of my teachers, for teaching me this process and doing this with me, and it changed my life. I have another video up on my YouTube channel that goes into a little bit more detail than I will today, but it really was life-changing. So let me explain what the process is. So in this process, dealing with any type of trauma from your past, the idea is that as we go into our lives, we have little pieces of us that break off in these moments. And they don't have to be as dramatic, although they can be. They can be as simple as, a teacher calling you stupid or your parents shaming you. Little pieces of our soul break off and we become, kind of filled with holes if you think about it. And we know that we're back there in those moments, suffering pain, because they become part of our story. But more importantly, we hold on to them. And then when we tell them like we're back there. In fact, it's so easy for us to tell the story as if we're back there because there literally is a little piece of us back there. So in this process of a soul retrieval, you go back to that moment where that pain or that trauma was caused, but here's what you do. You do it in an observing level. You never are in your body. You are always above looking down. And as you'll find out in the guided meditation, it can be pretty interesting what you find out when you're back there viewing it. If you're in this process and all of a sudden you start to go back to that, experiencing the pain of it, then heads up to you, you are in your physical body and you need to go back up and get out of your body and go back to observing. And if you stay there and you can't, and what you've chosen to do is too emotional, then my suggestion to you is to finish watching this full video and maybe listen to the meditation before you do that, because I certainly don't intend to cause you any more pain. We are truly just trying to heal and let go of some burdens and some hurts from our past as we go through this process of the Eightfold Path. So I've said enough. Enjoy the following video. This is Jeannie Lynch, and as always, I appreciate you being part of this series. And let's get right into our meditation today, our group soul retrieval. Listen along. Namaste. Get what you need. Everybody, come on, let's go. We're gonna have a great experience together. Everybody is exactly where they should be. The time is today. We're getting in the energy of play. You're in a safe environment. You're here willing to do the work. We're walking the life of a Buddhist. We're on that first path, the first step. And one of the things we're looking at tonight is truly healing our dukkha. And we're going to do that by taking a journey back in time to a time in this experience, in this life, that caused you pain. Maybe a moment where you felt a little unsure, a little not safe, a little compromised, hurt. It's your journey. They're your emotions. It's up to you. And before we take this journey, we're just going to make sure that we're all in our bodies and that the day is completely dumped and that we're safe to do this work. So I just ask that you hold the intention that you're never alone, you're always observing. Everyone in this room is with you. We're here to love and support you. And in your mind's eye, I want you to take a little journey with me over to that beautiful cage that you came through when you entered my house. And it's packed. We can all just barely fit. We're actually all touching our shoulders because it's so tight in there. And we feel so safe and so contained. If you're claustrophobic, I apologize. Stay with me. We're in this beautiful cage, and it's green, and it is our heart chakra, and it is completely protecting us. And we're also open to receive. So before we get ready to take this journey, we're going to open up our crown chakra, and we're going to let all that beautiful white light in so that we can receive divine message when we're doing our journey. I'm going to ask that you go down to your third eye chakra and you ask it to be opened. I won't say activated, Bridget, but that we can be insightful and that we can be intuitive and we can see what we need to see in order to make and do our healing. I ask that you come down to your throat chakra and you keep your ears open to what you might hear, but you also have the language that you need to articulate when you come back. We're in our heart chakra now and we're open to receive, but we're also willing to forgive. When we do this work, a lot of our healing has to do with forgiveness. Sometimes it's forgiveness towards ourselves. Sometimes it's towards something that was said, maybe even an act that was acted on us. So we have to be willing to forgive and be open. We're stepping down into our navel chakra, and this is where our power is. And there are no victims in the room tonight, only warriors. And this is where our power center is. We're down into the second chakra now, and this is where we get to feel it all. We're staying out of our physical bodies tonight as we accomplish this, but we certainly know what it feels to be hurt, to be loved, to feel joy, to feel pain. We can feel all of it in this chakra. And the very, very important chakra as we do this work tonight is the root chakra. And that's the one that keeps our feet on the ground, keeps us in our body, keeps us safe. And it also is going to be our anchor for staying the observer. So if you start to lose sight of this tonight in your journey out, please remember that if you're connected to your root chakra, you are in observing mode. Okay. Just give a second for all that to integrate. We're still in my beautiful cage. We're surrounded by love with each other. This is where I'm going to ask you to call on that situation, that experience, back in your past of a time that you would like to heal tonight. And maybe you thought you had one thing in mind, but then another was completely showing up. I just want you to trust that. This is a safe journey for you. Start to pull those images into your mind's eye. And again, you're always observing. When you feel like you have the moment that you want to work on tonight, I invite you to reach up, grab a candle, and light it. It might take a little bit of time for us all to get our candle lit, but when you're ready and you have that situation that you want to look at and go and retrieve your soul, I'm going to ask that you light your candle, and I'm going to start. Yep. When your candle gets lit, just go back to the cage in your mind's eye and just stay waiting for everybody. And just hold on to that situation that you're getting ready to journey on. Stay safe. Be open and willing to do the work.
Can I do this?
Mm-hmm. Is that everybody? I know we're missing a candle. It's probably mine. Is that okay? Is everyone lit?
Yep.
Okay, go back. Close your eyes. Don't forget, we're doing this journey together, okay? I'm going to ask that you float up together. However you imagine us all holding hands or just traveling or flying, whatever you can do for visualization, it is your journey. I am not controlling this. But I do want you to fly to or show up. Imagine you're floating right above my house right now, and like in light speed, you can just imagine yourself in that spot. I want you to go to that spot now, but just know that we're all going to follow you, and we're all simultaneously going to break off and find each other in each room. We're not alone. When you get to the room or the place or the experience, I want you to just stay hovering up above it. Start to give it view. You can totally see the tops of your own head. Whatever it is you're doing, you can see what you're wearing, you can see where you are, you know what the weather is. You're only observing. If you're feeling this in any way, you're in your body, get grounded again, please, and stay observing. So this situation that is causing you pain tonight, that you're willing to do the work for, is about to happen. It's about to take place. Something will be said, some experience will unfold, and you will be witnessing it, you will be observing it. I would like you to do that for yourself tonight, but do it through the kindest eyes that you've ever viewed, without judgment, without the old story playing out in your head. Be open to see it from a completely new vantage point, the vantage point of observing it instead of experiencing it. And all I want you to do is just witness it. Witness in the kind and loving way, compassion and love for yourself. As this experience is unfolding in front of you and you're viewing it from the perspective that you are taking tonight, which is in full view of it, I want you to ask and look for something maybe you haven't seen before. See if anything different shows up for you. See if somebody else shows up. Stay with me. In the experience that you're having tonight, that you're willing to do the work in, when you see the perspective of the other person who's involved, or the other situation, or the other side, Can you see that side tonight from a different vantage point? With clear view. What is going on that you didn't know was going on before? What is taking place? What new view are you being given today in this moment? Stay out of your body, continue to observe. So here you are, witnessing, observing it in a completely new way, with new light in front of you. You've seen a new perspective from either the person or the event that took place that you were not privy to before. And here's the big question tonight. What do you need in that moment? What was it that was missing that you were not getting in that moment that caused that pain? Was it encouragement? Were they kind words? Was it a hug? Was it understanding? Was it completely something different? You are the only one who knows what you need in that moment. This is the time to observe what exactly you need. I want you to just observe it, give it a name, answer it for yourself. And here's the big question. Are you ready to receive it? So from the observing standpoint, that beautiful soul looks back up at you in the corner and sees all your beautiful friends there with you and offers that to you, that gift that you needed, that encouragement, that love, that understanding, whatever it is being beamed back up to you now. And it's asking you to take it. You're receiving it now, but you're still observing it. Let that happen now. When that feels complete for you, I want you to see the situation that's in front of you, and I want you to ask yourself a very important question. Am I willing to let this version go? Do I have what I need? Have I received myself back in this moment? Am I complete? And if the answer is no, I want you to stay and wait till all that has been given back to you. That little piece of you that got left there in that moment is coming back to you now. Let that happen, please. When that feels complete, for this journey, we are going to head back now, so stay with me. You're observing, you're closing, you're minimizing what just took place in front of you. It's like a big lens is just shutting down. You, with all your beautiful friends, are going to float right up out of the scene. You're taking a beautiful journey back now. Back into Venice, back to Capistrano, back into my cage. Some of you are still there, and that is fine. We'll wait for you. You're coming back into the cage. You're back into the green, beautiful light of the heart chakra, where all the forgiveness is being given and all the love that you have for yourself is being received. You're starting to touch the shoulders of your friends, your new friends, starting to get crowded again. We're all coming back. It's a little bit tighter because it's a little bit bigger in this cage. Because we're holding up a little bit more space. There's less holes. I want you to stay into this cage until every negative, terrible aspect of that experience has been released and cleaned and cleansed out of your aura. Ask yourself the question, can I really let this go? Is it time? Is it serving you in any way today? And if the answer is no, if it's time, I want you to release it, please. Any subconscious thoughts that you have connected to that situation are also being released. Thoughts that you're aware of, thoughts that you're not aware of are also being released. Any aspect of any pain are also being released. This is your time to be free from that. Back in your own body, complete. More than enough. More than enough. More than enough. When you feel ready, and you're ready to let that go, you can step back into the room, and when you're ready, you can blow out your candle. And please sit and wait for everyone else to get back in the room and finish. Welcome back. Hopefully you had a beautiful experience. I did this today when I was re-listening to the verbiage from the meditation. I did it on my bike path, and I saw something from my past from a completely different vantage point. I received the gifts that I needed to receive. I got the word that I needed, which was empathy in my situation, and it changed everything for me today. So I'm in the process of just allowing that to integrate into my experience. And I really feel that that story that I've told so many times that was so upsetting to me, today was the day to do that work. So I hope you had the same experience. This is Jeannie Lynch signing off. If you'd like to talk more about this or like to do that process here in my spirit room, I welcome that to anybody. Always of service to you, my bhikkhus. Okay, have a good day, you guys. Thanks again for being part of the series. We'll see you on the path.